Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to It's All About You Now. So, what I want to speak to today is where I am at with all of making it all about me, and to simply have a honest conversation about that, and where it can be easy to fall back into old self and to think that nothing is working or that you don't have what it takes or that you are somehow an exception to the rule, that you are the all that is, that you are the God self. And this is something that I have been in for a very long time, for a lot of years. I've always known the truth of who it is that we are. I've always wanted it to be true for me. And yet there was an old self active in me that believed I was an exception to the rule, that believed that somehow I was left out of the equation somewhere along the way, that all the quote unquote work that I had done on myself was futile because it hadn't shifted me, hadn't shifted my reality in the way I really wanted it to. But what I've come to realize is no amount of work, no amount of processes, no amount of reprogramming of your subconscious will do what it can actually do for you if you are holding the concept of yourself, the identity of yourself, that this doesn't work for me. I am somehow an exception. The universe has forgotten about me, or the universe doesn't, do things the way I want it to do. And what I have come to realize and how I see things, and this is my truth, and you can feel into whether this resonates for you or not, that until you are willing to hold yourself, lean into the very backbone of your being, and decide who it is that you are, no matter what, then it's going to feel like you're pushing that big rock up that hill, whatever that story is about the endless pushing of a rock up the hill. I can't remember what it's called. But what I have always said to people, to clients, in my previous lifetime as an acupuncturist, and then as a coach where I am now, is you are powerful. It all goes with what you say is true about yourself. So if you continue to say, this doesn't work for me, I need the next thing, and you mightn't be saying it exactly like this, but this is maybe the energetics of it. This doesn't work for me. I need to find some other process, some other method. Maybe that'll be the thing that shifts everything for me. And you might, and it's very often the case, you find a new thing. You find a new method, new teacher, new process, and you feel fantastic. You're on top of the world. It's like, yes, this is it, finally. But if you didn't become truly aware of the core identity of self that you are holding yourself in as you are doing it, if you are not aware of very subtly outsourcing your own power and authority to this method or to this process, then at some stage you will likely have experienced the bubble bursting, the slowing down of things, the slowing down of the excitement, the slowing down of you being fully all in. And you will likely have started noticing the mind going, oh, wait, now this is not really doing what I thought it was going to do. Where are the things that I thought this was going to give me? Why am I now suddenly feeling like how I used to feel? And this is a cycle, this is a pattern that so many people go through in the self-development world, in the spiritual development world, in the reprogramming of self world. And it's cycles and patterns that I have been in also. But a certain point comes where you have to realize that it's all about you. That if there has been cycles, has been patterns, has been things that keep reoccurring, that you are the common denominator of it all. You and life are always working together. It has always been about you. You have always been the center of your universe, the God of your reality. And where I am now, having really become very aware of the cycles, and I think we know the cycles, but we don't always know the why they keep repeating. That where I am now is past that, and yet it just took whatever amount of life it took for me to realize that I hadn't truly gone within to release and let go of the old identities, the old self, and to truly and fully and completely, moment by moment, claim the truth of who I am as the all that is, as the God of my universe, as my God self. And to continue to remind myself of that, no matter what has been going on, no matter the external changing, not changing, whatever, no matter the stories that the inner world is trying to remind me of, the old self is trying to remind me of, or the feelings in my body, or any of it. Because I have searched for how to make that what way do I want to say? I have searched for processes, for methods, for teachers, and I have learned so much, gained so much clarity and awareness and wisdom. But at its very core, I was not willing to sit and be and hold myself in the truth of who I am, and to continue to declare that greatness no matter what. That I am the all that is. To declare life how I want it to be in every facet. To perceive life and how things go as I want them to. As in, life always goes my way. Everything is always working out for me. I am set for life. Everything I do works. Every move I make is the right move. And the old self will have multiple examples of how that is not true. It will have evidence from your past of how that is not true. It will have evidence that it has heard from other people of how that's not possible. And still, it is all about you. It is all about me. And I'm in this little phase at the moment where that old self is incredibly loud. And it is doing everything it can to pull me back. Because that is where the thermostat of who I was set for a very long time. And there can be things that we can shift in a moment, We can sit into a new high identity or a true identity that is sourced from God, sourced from who it is that we truly are. It can happen in an instant, and it always does every time we say it. It's just the flip-flop that we have, the in and out, the in and out, the in and out, that can make it seem like it's not happening, make it seem like it's taking too long, make it seem like we're not, quote unquote, doing it right. And this is where the true full awareness of self is so important. Knowing the truth of who you are is the all that is, and being fully, totally aware of who it is that you have been and the little tricks that old self can play on you. The little mind worms or whatever it's called that it can use to pull you back in. And it can feel very uncomfortable. It can feel like your body is in a vice. And so what? So what? Because do you not feel like it would be totally worth it to hold yourself steady in the storm of whatever is going on, knowing that by continuing to hold yourself in and as the truth of who you are, and to continue to code yourself, if that's wording you want to use, continue to remind yourself of who it is that you are, that you will always be here. That reality will shift in your favor. It will reorganize itself in your favor. Because reality has always been moving in your favor. It's just you and we didn't realize what we were doing. It is so easy for the mind to go into a story of how things will go against us. It's so easy to let our mind go into an argument with a partner or a friend or a colleague, whatever. And we can feel that instantly. We can be in that instantly. We can be in that identity instantly. And then we wonder why it happens, or some version of it happens. And it is just as simple as the all that is, as the God that you are, to do things in your actual favor, in your conscious favor, in how you want things to be. In that, yes, everything goes my way. Yes, my wealth increases every day. Yes, I am set for life. Yes, my business is thriving. Yes, my calendar is full of excellent clients. Yes, I am in the relationship of my life. Yes, I am loved by everybody that I meet. Yes, my energy is felt before I even enter a room. Yes, I have the full wisdom of the cosmos available to me now. Yes, I am the conduit for God's codes, God's wisdom, God's purpose now. And in every now moment, what we are declaring is the truth. And yes, it can feel like work. It should be easier. If we were truly in alignment, this is what we're saying to ourselves. If I was truly in alignment with God, then I would feel great. But it's the in and out from the old self to the true self, and believing the shenanigans of the old self, worshipping that false God. That's what's uncomfortable. Our body is part of the 3D, it's part of reality. It is also learning how to realign itself with the truth of who you are. And I want to finish off with a Bible verse, not from a religious point, but from a metaphysical point of view, from a this is how I choose to live my life point of view. Because we have always been given the truth of who we are. We have been given the codes, we have been given the pathways, we have been given the permission, quote unquote, if we ever thought we needed it. There has been people living as their true selves for millennia, since the beginning of human time. And when I'm in moments of doubt, When I'm in moments of comparison with somebody else, I take a moment, I remind myself of who it is that I am, come back into the I am presence, the God self, and I re-see that person who is living their full life as their true self. And I say, if they can do it, I can do it. Because we are cut from the same cloth. We are all God's. And that is another quote from a verse in the Bible that I can't remember what it is right now, but that is said. But what I want to speak to in relation to this video today, it's Ephesians 4:22. And it's said in many other places as well, but I really like how it's said here. So get rid of your old self, which made you live as you used to live. The old self that was being destroyed by deceitful desires. And what I see that meaning by deceitful desires is that we think so easily and feel so easily about what it is that we don't want, or thinking about how we would love it to be, but we see it at some stage in the future that has many conditions placed on top of it. Oh, well, I need to be this needs to happen, this person needs to do this thing. How am I going to have the money? How am I going to be there? All these things, deceitful desires. That's the old self. We can let it go. And it can be in moments of when you notice it's active, go, that is not who I am. I will not respond to that. I will not let that coding run through my system. This is who I am. I am the God self. I am all that is. It is all about me. I am the God of my universe. Reality reorganizes itself to me. And then you declare what it is as that you want as it is happening now. I am in the relationship of my dreams. My business is thriving. I am financially free. I am whatever it is that you want to be. I am in full vitality. I am in full health, whatever it is. I have the body of a goddess, whatever it might be. And you say it. You only need to say it once. But like I was saying with the flip-flopping and the thermostat that we have lived by, you might need to do it so many times that you think you're losing your mind. So there's my doorbell. I am going to see you when I see you. Let me know how this lands for you. Bye for now.